Welcome to this dialogue, and thank you so much for being a part of this. It seems like this dialogue has, the invitation for the dialogue has resonated with everybody because it was so heartening for us to see this overwhelming response to the announcement. I mean, आप बहुत लोगों ने मतलब request किया है dialogue join करने के लिए. तो हमारा तो limit था. We have a limit so that we can have a more meaningful dialogue. And clearly for all of us, the importance of reading in a child's life, right? And the child's development, holding a physical book, reading it, being drawn into that magical world of imagination, it seems to have really resonated with us. So we really look forward to a meaningful dialogue. And today in our dialogue, we have five extraordinary people actually, who have, sort of defied many challenges to make it possible for children to actually hold a physical book and read. These challenges, of course, have been, sort of compounded and made much more complex by the COVID-19. And so before we go any further into the dialogue and before we really begin the dialogue, there are a few housekeeping announcements that I would like to request Nayan to sort of put up on the screen. These are, just basic announcements, which we hope would be useful in keeping the dialogue, so that everybody gets a chance to speak. We're not interrupted unnecessarily, and we can really enjoy a meaningful dialogue. So that's the whole purpose of, these are very basic, sort of instructions, so to speak. So do go through them and make sure that, you are following most of these instructions so that everybody can participate well and comfortably. So now that we have this message, and we'll keep the message there while I move forward. Right at the outset, I'd like to say a few things about, what a dialogue means to us in Bookworm. It's really about sharing views which are drawn from our own understanding, from our experiences and practice, right? Through which we hope to learn together. And this is a shared space. This is a space without fear of being judged or discriminated for our opinion. So this is what a dialogue is really. And it's also not, and I think it's also important to say what it's not, right? It's not about, listing problems and coming up with quick fix solutions. But it's also not a space where we are all going to walk away with a checklist of do's and don'ts to fix the problem, right? But what it is a place for free, thoughtful, and vibrant engagement, right? And we hope that all of us will emerge from this dialogue with a richer understanding. This is our hope and our goal as well. So I know that all of us will. Somebody needs to be on mute. I'm sorry. Unmute myself. Yeah, I'm unmuting myself. Yes. Okay. So, and then before we go any further again, there are a couple of other things that I need to share with you, which is how is the session going to be designed, right? So we will begin with a few opening remarks from our five speakers so that we can frame this dialogue. That should take about 30 minutes. And then we will open up the session for comments, questions, so that we can go in a little deeper into the dialogue, okay? And we will be speaking in a sort of a combination of Hindi and English, क्योंकि हमारे बहुत सारे साथी हैं यहाँ पे जो हिंदी में comfortable हैं, कुछ साथी English में comfortable हैं, तो हम दोनों भाषाएं use करेंगे. और अगर किसी को कोई मुश्किल हो, तो please आप chat box में बता दें, and we can repeat it in a language that you're more comfortable in. Okay, so thank you very much, and let's move forward with our dialogue now. Okay, all right. So we have we have a combination of speakers who will be speaking in Hindi and in English. So we have Yogesh, and I will not be really introducing the speakers because they will say a few words about themselves so that we get more time, to learn about them and also their points of view. So we have Yogesh, and then we have Karishma, Shivani, Lakshmi, and Anandita. So Yogesh, may I request you to please, and their opening remarks are really going to be about the whole question of getting a physical book in the hand of a child. What does it mean to read? What does it mean to hold a book? And what is that experience? And what happens when a physical book is not with the child, right? So Yogesh, मैं आपसे request करूं, आप शुरू करेंगे हमारा जो dialogue है. Thank you very much. Yeah, thanks.
थैंक यू। नमस्ते साथियों, मेरा नाम योगेश है और मैं शासकीय माध्यमिक शाला पेंडुने में एक शिक्षक हूँ। और साथ ही मैं प्रत्यय एडुकेशन लैब में एक टीचर वॉलंटियर के रूप में काम करता हूँ। जब मैं लाइब्रेरी कक्ष में होता हूँ तो बच्चों के साथ जब वास्तविक किताबों के साथ जुड़ता हूँ या बच्चों को कहानी सुनाता हूँ तो बच्चों के साथ मेरा एक जुड़ाव बनता है। बच्चों को देखकर मैं महसूस कर पाता हूँ कि बच्चों में इस कहानी को लेकर किस तरह जुड़े हुए हैं और बच्चों के जो हाव भाव होते हैं, बच्चों के जो सवाल जवाब है, वो मैं बच्चों को देखकर उस कहानी को सुनाते समय महसूस कर पाता हूँ। मुझे कतई ऐसा नहीं लगा कि मैं ऑनलाइन के माध्यम से बच्चों या किसी अन्य माध्यम से मैं बच्चों के साथ इस तरह मैं जुड़ पाऊंगा। हाल ही मैंने इसी तरह, क्योंकि उस जगह के प्रति, उस लाइब्रेरी, वो जगह और उस किताबों के बच्चों का एक अपनापन होता है, एक अपना तो आता है उस किताब को लेकर। यही है कि हमारे गांव जो पेंडुनी में जो अपनी लाइब्रेरी है बच्चों की, उस किताबों के बच्चों का एक अपना तो है, अपनापन है। इसी कारण इस कोरोना की स्थिति में भी बच्चों ने वहां अपनी लाइब्रेरी में जाकर किताबों को समय तय करके किताबों को लिया और बच्चे जाकर उसको पढ़ने लगे। ये जो अपना तो है और किताबों के प्रति जो अपने पढ़ने की जो जिज्ञासा है वो मुझे कतई नहीं लगा कि ऑनलाइन या किसी अन्य माध्यम से बच्चों में आ सकती है, क्योंकि जो किताबें हैं जो बच्चों की जो सोचने की क्षमता और जो चिंतन है वो बच्चों को जोड़ती है और बच्चों के जो वास्तविक जीवन की जो घटनाएं हो वहां पे मुझे बच्चों के साथ चर्चा करने में मदद करती है। मुझे क्योंकि मैंने कोई सेशन लिया किया, वो बच्चों को ऑनलाइन मैंने भेज दिया, तो मैं कतई नहीं जान पाऊंगा कि बच्चे उस कहानी को कितना समझे और कितना उसको जोड़ पाए और कितना उसको महसूस कर पाए, तो ये मैं समझ ही नहीं पाता। हाल ही मैंने एक सेशन किया बच्चों के साथ, कोकिला एक मस्त मटका, एक कहानी थी। उस कहानी को लेकर मैं बच्चों से जब बातचीत कर रहा था तो वो एक गांव में किस तरह स्वच्छ पानी को लेकर थी, तो वो कहानी मुझे बच्चों का स्वास्थ्य और सुरक्षा, क्योंकि वो कहानी से बच्चों को मैं ध्यान केंद्रित कर पाया कि बच्चे खुद आंखों से उस कहानी से लेकर अपने जॉब बताने लगे कि इस स्थितियों में कैसे रहना है, कैसे बातचीत करना है। तो बच्चों की क्योंकि ऐसा होता है कि जो शिक्षा आप अकेले बोलते हो और बच्चे सुन रहे होते हैं, तो हम समझ नहीं पाते कि कितना बच्चा आपके साथ इन्वॉल्व हो पा रहा है कि नहीं हो पा रहा है, मतलब कितना बच्चा आपको समझ, आपकी बातें सुन पा रहा है या जान पा रहा है। लेकिन किताब ऐसे है कि जब बच्चों के साथ आपस में उस चीज को लेकर बातचीत करते हो तो बच्चे उसमें अपने जो उन्होंने देखा होता है, अपने परिवेश में जो उनको देखते हैं उसको वो चीज वहां पे लाते हैं और उसमें उनसे बातचीत होती है। तो इसी कारण वो जब मैं कहानी कर रहा था, बच्चों को सुना रहा था, तो उस समय आज की परिस्थिति और उनके गांव में जो अभी चल रहा है तो वो चीज वो बता रहे थे, उसमें चर्चा में आई बच्चों के साथ। तो ये मुझे लगता है कि ये जो किताबों के साथ या वास्तविक किताबों के साथ जब बातचीत करोगे तो ये तभी हम ये संभव हो पाएगा, न कि हम किसी ऑनलाइन या अन्य माध्यम से इसे करें। तो मुझे नहीं लगता कि ये चीज हम उसमें बातचीत कर पाएंगे। अभी हाँ स्कूल सब बंद है और हमें एज ए शिक्षक मुझे बच्चों को पाठ्य पुस्तक पहुंचानी थी। हमारे लाइब्रेरी में ये हो रहा था कि जो दूर के बच्चे हैं वो लाइब्रेरी तक नहीं पहुंच पा रहे थे, तो मैंने सोचा कि हम बच्चों को क्यों ना वहां जाके बच्चों को लाइब्रेरी किताबें दी जाए, क्योंकि मुझे पाठ्य पुस्तक तो बच्चों तक पहुंचानी थी। तो मैंने सोचा कि जो साथ ही साथ मैं पाठ्य पुस्तक के साथ में कुछ लाइब्रेरी किताबें बच्चों तक पहुंचाऊं। तो जब मैं इसमें दो कारण थे कि मैं बच्चों से बातचीत भी होंगी और अभिभावक का मत भी जानने को मिलेगा, अगर बच्चे भी हाल ही में क्या कर रहे हैं। तो मैं जब अभिभावक से मिलने गया, जब उनसे बातचीत हुई, तो मुझे एक अभिभावक कहते हैं कि सर ये बच्चे ना अभी कहानी किताबें नहीं पढ़ते रहते हैं और मतलब हमसे बहुत कहानी सुनाते हैं, बातचीत करते हैं, सवाल जवाब करते रहते हैं। तो मैंने कहा बच्चों, उस समय उनसे बात करते करते आया कि बच्चों की अभी पढ़ने में रुचि आ रही है। उसी समय ऐसा होता था कि बच्चे, उनका कंप्लेंट होती थी कि बच्चे बाहर खेलते हैं, टायर चलाते रहते हैं, इधर घूमते रहते हैं, नदी के किनारे जाते हैं। लेकिन अभी वही माता पिता कह रहे हैं कि अब बच्चे अब कहानी किताब पढ़ने लग गए और लाइब्रेरी किताब पढ़ने लग गए। लेकिन वो उनके एक कंप्लेंट आने लगी, वो पाठ्य पुस्तक नहीं पढ़ते हैं। तो मैंने बोला पाठ्य पुस्तक में पढ़ने की अभी जिज्ञासा बढ़, अभी पहले पढ़ने की जिज्ञासा बढ़ रही है उनमें, अब धीरे धीरे उस विषय को लेकर, पढ़ने को लेकर उनके अभी जिज्ञासा बढ़ने लगी है। किताब भी ऐसी चीज है कि किताब बच्चों के जो चिंतन है या ऐसी वो सोच मजबूर करती है। बच्चों जो किताबें हैं, वो कहानियां जो बच्चों की एक अलग दुनिया से भी बच्चों को अवगत कराती है, जो उनके कल्पनाओं से भी परे है। इसी कारण हमने बच्चों के साथ जो मैंने कहानी सुनाते गया, तो बच्चे अलग अलग चीजें को पढ़ते गए। अभी जो हमारी लाइब्रेरी में बच्चों ने ये तय किया कि हर वीक में एक दिन आके बच्चे वहाँ किताबें लेके जाएंगे और पढ़ेंगे। तो बच्चों की फिर जब मैं बच्चों के साथ में बातचीत हुई, तो बच्चे कहने लगे कि अब कहानी तो हम पढ़ रहे हैं, लेकिन हम जो पहले क्या होता था, एक शिक्षक होता था, उनके दोस्त होते थे जो उस कहानी को जो बातचीत उनसे वो बातचीत कर पाते थे। लेकिन अभी ऐसा हो रहा है कि अब वो किताबें तो लेके जा रहे हैं, कहानी पढ़ रहे हैं, लेकिन उसको लेके कोई बातचीत नहीं हो पाती थी। क्योंकि हमारे इसमें ऐसा था कि हम स्कूल में हमने तय किया था कि हम मत में लास्ट सैटरडे उस बुक्स को लेकर हम बातचीत करेंगे। मतलब जो बच्चों ने बुक्स लेके गए हैं, उन बुक्स पर हम बातचीत करते रहेंगे। तो अभी बच्चों की वो क्योंकि बच्चे किताबें पढ़ रहे हैं, बहुत सारे सवाल आ रहे हैं, उस कहानी को लेकर बातचीत हो रही है। तो बच्चों ने अभी ये तय किया कि हम हर सैटरडे मिलते जाएंगे, और सैटरडे मिलकर हम बच्चे उस कहानी को लेकर आपस में बातचीत करेंगे, और मतलब उस कहानी और दूसरे बच्चों को भी प्रेरित करेंगे। अभी हमारे जो लाइब्रेरी के जो हेड है, मतलब जो उसको जो बच्चे जो लाइब्रेरी को संभालते हैं, तो उन्होंने वो बच्चे मुझे बताती है कि सर मैं घर जाती हूँ तो मैं किताबें लेके जाती हूँ, और मेरे मोहल्ले में जो मेरे छोटे भाई बहन हैं उनको मैं अपनी कहानी सुना, जैसे मैं उनको कहानी सुनाता हूँ तो वैसे वो बच्चे भी अब उनको कहानी सुनाने लगे। मतलब धीरे धीरे बच्चों की किताबों को लेकर भी एक जिज्ञासा बनने लगी, और आपस में बच्चे एक दूसरे को शेयरिंग करने लगे, कहानी शेयरिंग करने लगे। अभी हमारे यहाँ मक्का, उनके गाँव में मक्का बोया। ओके
योगेश, मैं माफी चाहती हूँ, आपके पास 1 मिनट बाकी है, आप अपनी बात क्षमा कीजिएगा बीच में।
थैंक यू।
एक अनुभव शेयर करना चाहूंगा आपके साथ कि अभी गांव में मक्का बोया जाता है, मक्का फेस्टिवल। तो अभी बच्चों ने तय किया कि पिछली बार हमारे हुआ था, वो हम स्कूल में था, तो बच्चों के साथ हम वो फेस्टिवल ऑर्गेनाइज करते थे। तो बच्चों ने अभी इस बार उन्होंने तय किया कि बच्चों ने जो पूरी प्रोसेस होती है मक्का बोने से लेकर किस तरह आता है मार्केट में, किस तरह जाता है अपने मम्मी, तो वो पूरा अपने घर की जो प्रोसेस होती है, जैसे मम्मी पापा कैसे बाजार से मक्का लाए, तो वो पूरी अपनी कहानी को उन्होंने लिखा, उसे ड्राइंग की, पूरा कहानी को उन्होंने लिखा। मतलब वो ये कि अपने वास्तविक जीवन की अपनी जो कहानी है वो भी बच्चे अपनी किताबों में मतलब उसको जोड़ पा रहे हैं। तो मुझे लगता है ये वास्तविक किताब ही है जो बच्चों को इस सारी चीजों से जोड़ती है। मुझे कतई ऐसा नहीं लगा कि वो कोई ऑनलाइन माध्यम होगा या कोई अन्य माध्यम होगा जो मैं बच्चों को इस तरह में जोड़ पाता हूँ, मेरे ऐसे कुछ अनुभव भी होते, तो मुझे कतई नहीं लगा ऐसा।
थैंक यू, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद योगेश। बहुत मतलब आपने योगेश really shared such the wonder and excitement that children experience, and also this whole connection to reality. योगेश, जो आप लास्ट में कह रहे थे ना कि मतलब जो वास्तविकता है और उनका जीवन जो है और उनकी जो इमेजिनेशन है, मतलब वो जो मिश्रण आप कह सकते हैं, this whole sort of a combination and coming together of all of these things. So thank you very much, Yogesh. I'd like to now request Karishma to share her opening thoughts. And Karishma, we've got 5 minutes for each speaker because we thought we could spend more time dialoguing around it, which would mean that the participants could share their questions, and then of course each of the speakers could share their points of view on it as well. So Karishma, can we please have you share your points of view on this opening remarks?
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
So I'm Karishma and I work with Dakshin Foundation. We're largely an organization working in research and conservation, but over the last few years, we've started working with community well-being, and understanding what these communities would need to be able to, just sustain the pressures that come with development and all of those things. Dakshin Foundation mainly works in like the coastal regions of India and the islands, so in Lakshadweep and in Andaman and Nicobar Islands. I work with the education program in the Andaman and Nicobar Islands, and because they couldn't be here with me today, I've got my teachers who also work with us in the islands with us. So this is Momita and this is Aplonia, and they're both part of the community from the Andaman Islands. So Momita is a Bengali speaker, and she is from the village where we work, Wandur. And Aplonia is a Hindi speaker, and she comes from a different island actually. And she comes and teaches the students of the middle school where we generally have most of our students coming from. So my one component of the work is to have these two teachers of ours also become familiar with the literature that we want our children to engage with. Because like Yogesh said, even in our community, the idea of literature is very restricted to school textbooks. And it is not common for children to grow up reading or to have an experience with books outside of their textbooks. And in fact, Momita and Aplonia also had the same experience growing up. So for them, when I started bringing in all of these children's books and they got introduced to the idea of children's literature, they were really surprised. So I'm going to put them down for a little bit so I can use my hands, because I use my hands a lot when I talk.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so I feel like what happened with us is also that in our little learning space, we have a lot of children's books and resources that are in the children's library, and we also have a class that we run as school support, and we try to use the literature in the classroom, but also take the children into entirely literature and library-based activities. So as you can see in this on the screen, these are mostly our library-based activities that you can see with Momita and Aplonia leading them. What I noticed is that I grew up reading, and for me it was very much something I took for granted. But reading is a lot about access, and I feel that when a child is given access to a physical book, a lot of times a very young child feels very responsible and feels very much like they're being shown worth, like they are being made to feel important because they're being handed this precious physical book, which is very glossy sometimes, it's colorful. And so immediately they feel the sense of like they will collect a small group of children around them and start reading. This is something that we noticed with our student, like our older students. They would read to their brothers and sisters. And like coming to what happened during COVID, so during this time especially, the lack of connectivity in the Andaman Islands, including mobile phone network, which is really poor, we couldn't do anything online. We had to do everything with physical copies of the book. So Momita and Aplonia both went into the students' houses and conducted sessions with them around literature, and we found that the students were really glad and they were really happy that the books were coming into their homes, and they had the sense that they were responsible for the book, and that they were responsible for the other children around them to also be a part of that reading. So this is in brief what happens in a typical year, and also what happened during this whole COVID situation. And I think as opening remarks, Radha, do you think this is kind of covers
this is
it?
great. Yes, and then
Super.
as the questions come in, we can then share more of you. Yeah, so thank you, Karishma.
Thank you so much. Yes.
Yeah, तो करिश्मा ने तो बहुत खूबसूरत से हमें ये बताया है कि जैसे योगेश कह रहे थे कि वो उत्साहता और वो वंडर जो है बच्चों में, और इन्होंने तो मतलब रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी के बारे में बात किया कि बच्चे कैसे उनको कैसे ऐसे लगता है कि ये मतलब ये मेरा ये बुक है, इसको मैंने संभाल के रखना है, इससे पढ़ना है, वो जो एक that's a really wonderful sort of observation, and of course access, मतलब बुक तो पहुंचना चाहिए ना बच्चों के हाथ में. That's very very true. तो अभी शशि सॉरी मैंने आपको शिवानी बुला दिया पहले, तो शशि मैं आपको इनवाइट कर रही हूँ. आप अपना मतलब एक्सपीरियंस प्लीज शेयर कर दीजिए. थैंक यू.
नमस्ते सभी को. मेरा नाम शशि है और मैं पिछले 13-14 वर्षों से मुस्कान संस्थान की स्कूल जो है जीवन शिक्षा पहल, उसमें मैं शिक्षिका हूँ। और कोविड-19 के चलते हम लोगों ने नई बस्तियों में भी पुस्तकालय की शुरुआत करी है। तो हम लोग जब पहली बार इस बस्ती में पहुँचे और किताबें उनके सामने जब फैलाई, तो उन लोगों की आँखें एकदम फटी की फटी रह गई। उनको लगा कि इस तरह की किताबें तो उन्होंने कभी देखी नहीं थी। और मैंने देखा कि ज़्यादातर बच्चों ने उल्टी किताबें पकड़ के रखी थी। और फिर वहाँ के जो माता-पिता, दादी, जितने भी लोग थे समुदाय के, सब लोग आए और वो किताबें देखने लगे और कहने लगे कि मैडम इस तरह की भी किताबें होती हैं क्या? इस तरह की किताबें तो हमने कभी नहीं देखी। और फिर जब मैं कहानी सुनाने लगी, तो एकदम उनकी आँखें ऐसे हो रही थी कि उनके मुँह से कोई शब्द नहीं निकल रहे थे, जैसे बच्चे यहाँ पे देख रहे हैं। तो कहानी सुनाने के दौरान उन लोगों के मन में बहुत सारे प्रश्न उठने लगे और एक ने तो मुझे बीच में पूछा जी, एक मिनट ये बताओ कि इतना बड़ा हाथी है और इतनी सी चींटी है, तो क्या चींटी को हाथी की आवाज सुनाई दे रही होगी? मैंने कहा कि सोचो, सुनाई दे रही होगी कि नहीं दे रही होगी। और ये जो तस्वीर दिख रही है, इसके अंदर 3 पीढ़ियाँ जो है वो किताबें देख रही है। बीच वाली जो लड़की है उसकी खुद की कहानी है, उसकी माँ है और उसकी बेटी है। तो ये 3 पीढ़ियाँ बैठ के भी वहाँ पर ये अपनी कुछ किताबें देख रही होती हैं। ये वाली जो बस्ती है वो किताबों से जुड़ी हुई है, इसलिए वो किताबें अच्छे से देख पा रही है। लेकिन जो नई बस्तियों में हमने काम शुरू किया, उन्होंने इस तरह की किताबें कभी देखी ही नहीं थी। वो छू रहे थे, बच्चे उन किताबों को महसूस कर रहे थे और उनके बाल, उनकी आँखें, दीदी ये तो सच्ची में इसके बाल बने हुए हैं, ये पेड़ इतना सुंदर, उसके ऊपर इतनी सारी चिड़िया, वो जो देख रहे थे, छू रहे थे। और फिर कुछ टाइम के बाद हमने देखा कि बच्चे जो हैं वो क्रम से किताबें देखने लगे हैं और उसके अंदर जो प्रश्न उनके उठ रहे हैं वो तर्क लगा रहे हैं, पूछ रहे हैं। अच्छा एक बात बताओ कि जो बिच्छू है, क्या बिच्छू को जो शेर है, क्या उसको पता है कि ये जंगल का राजा? बिच्छू को भी पता होता है कि शेर जंगल का राजा, इसलिए कोई भी बिच्छू ने अभी तक किसी शेर को काटा नहीं है। पता करके बताओ कि क्या मरा है कि नहीं शेर। और अगर आपको पता है तो आप भी मुझे बता देना कि कोई बिच्छू से काटा हुआ शेर मरा है कि नहीं। मैंने कहा मैं पता करके बताऊंगी बिल्कुल। तो जो पढ़ने की जो आत्मविश्वास उनका बढ़ता है, किताबें देखने से जिज्ञासा जागती है। जिज्ञासा जागने के बाद हम कुछ प्रश्न पूछते हैं और उसी को किताबें पढ़ने के लिए आगे बोलते रहते हैं कि नहीं हमको पढ़ना, आगे क्या होगा क्या नहीं होगा। तो फिर जिज्ञासा किताबों से ही पैदा होती है। और जब आत्मविश्वास के साथ नई कहानियां वो गढ़ता है, चित्रों को देख के एक नई कहानी बनाता है, उसी को हम पढ़ना कहते हैं। मुझे लगता है कि जो मोबाइल वाली जो बात हो रही है कि मोबाइल से ऑनलाइन किताबें हम देंगे, तो वो तो वैसी ही बात होगी कि कांच की अलमारी में हमने गुलाब जामुन रख दिया और गुलाब जामुन का हम बाहर से वर्णन कर रहे हैं कि ये बहुत मीठा है, स्वादिष्ट है, लेकिन इसको चख नहीं सकते। वही मोबाइल वाला है। तो मुझे लग रहा है कि मोबाइल जब चालू होगा उसमें किताबें, बच्चे सिर्फ स्लाइड चलाना सीख रहे होंगे, स्लाइड को आगे बढ़ाना सीख रहा होगा। उसमें ना बच्चों के हाव भाव दिखेंगे, ना हमारी मर्जी की किताबें हम उनको दे रहे होंगे, ना कि उनकी मर्जी की किताबें हम चूज करके उनको दे रहे होंगे। क्यों अच्छी लगी किताबें उनको, क्या बुरा लगा, क्या है इस किताबों में, ये ना हम पूछ पाएंगे ना देख पाएंगे उनके भाव। मुझे लग रहा है ऑनलाइन किताबें ना देकर हम बच्चों के हाथ में किताबें दें। शायद बहुत सारी लाखों रुपया हम इस पे खर्च कर रहे होंगे, लेकिन हजारों रुपया खर्च करके शायद हम किताबें उनके हाथ में देंगे तो उन्हें बहुत ज्यादा खुशी होगी। और दूसरा ये कि हमें ये लगता है कि किताबें फाड़ देंगे। तो हम लोगों ने नई बस्ती में जब काम शुरू किया तो वहाँ इतनी पहचान नहीं होने के बाद भी बच्चों ने किताबें बहुत सहज के रखी और उसको संभाल के रखा। जब भी हम जाते हैं तो वहाँ के जो बड़ी दीदी या भैया होते हैं उनके हाथ में देते किताबें और वो बच्चों को बोलते दीदी हम आपको अगले दिन आओगे तो आप दे देंगे किताबें। तो उन्होंने संभाल के रखी है किताबें। मुझे लग रहा है जैसे कोविड-19 में हमने सेंटर्स खोले हैं लोगों को ठीक करने के लिए, कहीं आगे चलकर ऐसा नहीं हो कि हम मोबाइल की लत छोड़ने के लिए बच्चों को बोले कि वो सेंटर खोले जाए। तो ये चीजें नहीं आनी चाहिए बस।
थैंक यू वेरी मच। बहुत मतलब शशि, सचमुच आपने, और आपका वो जो उपमा जो था, मतलब वो गुलाब जामुन वाला, वो तो सही एकदम आपने बहुत सही तरीके से समझाया हम सबको। और ये जो आत्मविश्वास के बारे में आप बात कर रहे हैं ना, वो मतलब किताबों से, रियली बुक्स it's so interesting that, you know, issues of self-confidence, how that gets built when children actually are able to read a physical book. And thank you very much, Shashi. Bahut bahut dhanyawad. So now let's have a few opening thoughts from Lakshmi. Yeah, Lakshmi, can you please share? Yeah, yes, thank you.
Sure. Nayan, can I request you to give me the controls for the presentation?
Yes, Lakshmi, it has been given to you.
Okay. So, okay. Can you see it now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Radha, and thank you, Sabiko, whoever spoke before this, for sharing about your libraries and the children that you work with. My name is Lakshmi, and I'm from Bangalore. We run the Bugri Community Library Project with a very passionate team. It's a project which is a part of an NGO called Hasiru Dala, and Hasiru Dala works with waste pickers, informal waste pickers, जिनको हम rag pickers बोलते थे. हम over 20,000 waste pickers across Karnataka से जुड़े हुए हैं. तो Bugri Community Library is okay. Sorry, Nayan, I'm unable to move the slide. Sorry,
Yeah,
I think
moving.
there's a lag. So Bugri ka matlab, Bugri means lattu, basically, a spinning top. So the idea was to give a spin to the life of children using books. And so it's a free library program, and it runs all days a week after school, where children come and they're part of reading room programs, they're part of creative art therapy programs, and they're also part of art room program. And then there are workshops that are run through the year, depending upon what are the needs of the children, what they want, and what are the issues in the community. So through the library program and its events, we reach out to close to 2,000 children every year. So I'm still unable to move the slides. Okay. Can I keep it in this mode?
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
Whatever is comfortable. Yeah.
Yeah. So a large part of our work that we do, the spine of the work that we do, is books, and particularly bringing books alive, because especially in what we call child-led and adult-facilitated spaces. So this happened because when we started the project, 60% of our children couldn't read, or they couldn't read at the levels that they were supposed to. So we could notice, while like Shashiji was saying, there were kids who were fascinated with the books, but there were also kids who did not understand what this book is. So it was getting used as a toy. So we thought that it was important to create the relationship with the book. And the creating a relationship with the book was to make sure that the book gives them an experience, and it was not an object. And that experience should not be just limited to the boundaries of the book, and their imagination, but far beyond it. So that became largely the work that we started with, and but also so the expanding the physical nature of the book, from it being pages to a spine to its this thing, to an experience that is beyond, that takes them through a process. So that was largely our okay, it's slightly slow. Okay. Sorry, I'm having some teething troubles. So books have set us on different kinds of explorations. It has helped us paint, perform, sing, dance. It has helped us communicate with our friends differently, say sorry, say thank you, make amends. It has also helped us work with the communities and speak to the communities in different ways. For example, the picture that you see at the right is a puppet show that the children put up. It was after a 2-day workshop at the library where children created puppets out of waste. And there was a performance, sort of a spontaneous performance planned. And they didn't want to do it in the library. They wanted to do it in this spot. Now, this spot in the community has a history. A few months ago, that spot, under that Ambedkar statue, which is covered in plastic, a murder had happened. And a youth was stabbed to death. And that space, which was supposed to be a free public space, playing space for children, had suddenly become dangerous. Kids were not being allowed to play there and own that space. So this was largely, I think, their way of communicating to the community that we are reclaiming this place back again. So all this has happened because of books, and books have also led us to other explorations like making their own books. We always are coming up ways in which children can communicate, and communicate not only with their communities and their friends, but also to the larger world.
Lakshmi, can I just interrupt you? Can you take just a minute more so that we can then get on with time? Thank you. Thank you.
Sure. So books have basically, and it has also many times expanded in such a way that you're reaching out to a far-reaching community than yours, like in this case of COVID relief that happened with children. So books have helped us not only be in touch with ourselves, because you're touching a physical book, it's real to you, you're experiencing it in a certain way. You are repairing, you are labeling, you are interacting with that book, you are smelling a fresh set of book that has arrived. So you are reading a book in solitude, you're reading with friends. So that experience of a book is far reaching in terms of how a book is experienced. You're sometimes reading in a large group, peeking into a small book, So so the experience of book is not in just the book itself, in its physical capacity. It's far beyond it. And it has helped our children see and discover things which are far beyond what the book itself contains.
Yeah, wonderful. Thank you, Lakshmi. I mean, just that whole relationship, that you talked about between the book and the child, and going beyond just that physical holding, or even just, even going beyond that. I mean, expanding that whole experience. That's wonderful. Thank you so much, Lakshmi. And I'm sure, when we get further into the dialogue, it'd be wonderful for you to share some more of your experiences. We have to sort of rush you through a little bit, but yeah. So finally now, Anandita,
Yes.
Bookworm, your opening thoughts, please. Yes, thank you.
Thank you, Radha. Hi, everyone. I am Anandita, and I am from library educator from Bookworm. And Bookworm works with children and adults in different spaces and communities and schools with a vision to inspire a love for reading as a way of life. And through these experiences, we have had the joy and privilege of experiencing so many different ways in which books and stories have played a role in children's lives. From the young toddlers who come in the arms of parents into the library and just touch and feel the soft books, the pop-up books, the sound books, to the serious, grave child who comes to the community library every week, holding a book close to her and returning the book and carefully choosing another book, to the lending hour in schools when children rush out to choose their favorite storybook, to browse through the books, choose the book, and happily skip into class. The book is at the center of all these magical moments that happen every day. It is there in the look in the eyes of children when they see a new book box brought into the classroom and opened up. It is there in the memory of an older child who remembers that book, that particular book where a lion enters the library, or the book which has two rivers that flow across the page in beautiful illustrations. And from the thousands of books that are lent out each year, there is always a percentage that is misplaced or damaged or lost. And we know that as we continue to make sure that books and book boxes are kept in different homes and different accessible spaces in communities and schools during this lockdown, there is sure to be a certain number that gets misplaced. But we also know that with each book that reaches the hand of a child, there is something happening. There is something good and thought-provoking that is being brought into the lives of these children. And there is also a relationship of trust that builds with a child freely choosing a book, with the child keeping a book with them and returning it the next week, with the child knowing that this experience will be nothing but positive. And lastly, we also want to we also know that our own lives are touched in so many ways, with experiencing the ways in which children interact with books, and our own relationships with children strengthen and build through these interactions with books. Yes, thank you.
Wonderful. Thanks, Anandita. That was just lovely. Yes. And now I think we will open up the session for people's comments, questions. We've already been sort of getting a few comments here, about the work that all of you have shared about this, about absolutely the richness of the experiences. There's a certain tangibility that, that all of you have shared about your experiences. So we'll wait for some questions, but in the meantime, while we get the questions rolling and while people send in their questions, I think we can continue the dialogue with, sharing more experiences. And maybe what I will do is request each one of you to go a little bit beyond and maybe talk about some of the challenges that you've been facing during this period. So Yogesh और शशि, मतलब एक चीज ये था कि अब तक तो आप लोगों ने मतलब बहुत ही कम टाइम में अपना एकदम बड़ा ही रिच एक्सपीरियंस शेयर किया है सबके साथ. तो अभी मतलब हम वेट करेंगे, क्वेश्चंस वगैरह आएंगे लोगों से या कमेंट्स आएंगे लोगों से, लेकिन जब तक वो आ रहे हैं तब तक मतलब हम लोग आप अभी तो ये जो कोविड-19 का जो बहुत ही बड़ा चैलेंज हम सबके सामने खड़ा हुआ था, तो उसके बारे में मतलब इस एक परिस्थिति में आप लोगों ने कैसे मतलब आपके क्या सबसे बड़े चैलेंजेस क्या थे, तो उसके बारे में आप कुछ बोल सकेंगे तो इट विल बी ग्रेट. सो वंस अगेन मे बी योगेश, आप अपना जो अनुभव है उसके बारे में कुछ बताएंगे, तब तक हम एक्सपीरियंस मतलब लोगों के जो क्वेश्चंस आ रहे हैं उसके बारे में उसको देख लेंगे.
ओके, थैंक यू. जब लॉकडाउन शुरू हुआ, मतलब सब पूरे भारतवर्ष में लॉकडाउन लग गया, तो हमारी स्कूल तो बंद हो गई, पेपर रुक गए. उस समय पेपर शुरू थे बच्चों के, तो पेपर रुक गए, मतलब बच्चों के पेपर नहीं हुए और स्कूल जाना बंद हो गया और बच्चों से कांटेक्ट टूट गया. मैं यहाँ पांडुना में जहाँ मैं शिक्षक हूँ, वो 25 किलोमीटर दूर हमारा गांव है पेंडोनी, वहाँ पे. तो अब मैं तीनों लॉकडाउन में बच्चों से मिल नहीं पाया और नहीं मैं वहाँ जा पाया. फिर हमारा मतलब लॉकडाउन खुला और मैं वैसे ही वहाँ पहुँचा स्कूल में, तो मैंने देखा कि बच्चे अपनी लाइब्रेरी खुली थी, वो मतलब बच्चे किताबें ले जा रहे थे. मतलब वो एक अलग ही अनुभव था मेरे लिए कि जो मैंने स्कूल में जो काम शुरू किया था, तो ये सोच के शुरू किया था कि मैं मतलब बच्चों की एक ऐसी जगह बने जहाँ बच्चे अपने मर्जी से मतलब बच्चों का एक वहाँ मतलब बच्चे वहाँ उसका निर्णय ले सके. मतलब अभी जैसे बच्चे समझते कि स्कूल एक शिक्षक का है या सरकार का है, मतलब ये किसी पराया का है, मतलब अपना नहीं है. मतलब उस जैसे कि बच्चों का अपना घर या बोलता मेरा घर है, मेरा स्कूल, मतलब ये अपना तो उसमें आना चाहिए. तो इसी को लेकर मैं क्या था, तो मुझे वो जब बच्चे उसको लाइब्रेरी को चला रहे थे, तो मुझे लगा कि यार इस लाइब्रेरी में, उस जगह में बच्चों में वो अपना तो दिख रहा था. तो मैं ये मिस किस तरह महसूस करूंगा. तो ये मुझे इस लॉकडाउन ने मुझे बताया कि ये बच्चे मतलब बच्चों में लाइब्रेरी के प्रति और किताबों के प्रति वो अपनत्व आया है. तो एक मुझे ये अनुभव हुआ इस लॉकडाउन में.
नहीं, बहुत मतलब बहुत ही खूबसूरत, बहुत ही मतलब सच्ची बहुत ही खूबसूरत अनुभव आपका. हाँ, तो हम बाकी लोगों से उनका कुछ एक्सपीरियंसेस पूछ लेते हैं और फिर हमें एक क्वेश्चन भी आया है. तो आपके बाद एक करिश्मा, आप अपना if you can share your experience and then we'll take couple of questions that have come up. Yeah.
So especially during the lockdown, I think the main challenge has been that we've had to rethink the idea of library, because so far we had children coming to our space, there were resources there were so many books, and all of the children could actually sit together and read or listen to a story or take part in an activity that was based on the story that they were interacting with. But when this whole situation of, so it wasn't that there were cases of the infection in and around our village, but because of island-wide curfews and things like that, there was just a disruption in what could and could not be done. So Momita and Aplonia, they were very, very unhappy with just standing by and and not being able to do anything in the classroom. And it was their idea really to take the collection in pieces and parts to various homes. And I think one of the major challenges that they faced was that, again, the parents kind of tried to pressure them to do school-related things. But I think what showed up as a I think it was a beacon for the children was that they insisted on doing the light-hearted reading and all of that with them. So I mean, it was a balance of experiencing a challenge and then kind of convincing the community and the parents to also appreciate that this is important work. So it kind of flowed into an opportunity for us.
So I think both Yogesh and you are, आप लोगों ने दोनों में मतलब ये एक चीज कॉमन आया कि वो जो महत्वता जो है ना, मतलब the importance and significance of it. So we have a very interesting question actually from Sujata, because this was really the basis for this dialogue, the big question that, and I'm going to read out the question, although all of you can see it, and maybe I'll request Shashi or Lakshmi, आप दोनों ये question पे थोड़ा if you could respond, it would be great. So Shashi, मैं आपके पास पहले पूछूंगी कि सुजाता का ये जो क्वेश्चन ये था कि पहले मैं अंग्रेजी में पढ़ूंगी फिर उसके बाद हिंदी में कि what I understand about libraries is that when we begin to think of them, we immediately think of collection books, right? When the lockdown was imposed and our schools and community spaces were not accessible, books was one of the last things to go out to children. Why? मतलब ये किताबें क्यों, मतलब एकदम लास्ट में उनके बारे में सोचा गया था, you know, कि ऐसा क्यों? मतलब किताबों का जो हम लोग सब कह रहे हैं कि वो इतना महत्व है बच्चों के हाथ में पहुंचना, लेकिन बच्चों को या कम्युनिटी स्पेसेस को, मतलब जहां पे भी किताबें बच्चों तक पहुंचाना, वो आखिर में ही क्यों उसके बारे में सोच आई थी? तो शशि जी, आप पहले अपना मतलब थॉट्स शेयर करेंगे, फिर लक्ष्मी से भी पूछ लेंगे
जी। मुस्कान जिन बस्तियों में काम करता है वहां तो किताबें बराबर जाती है, लेकिन हम लोगों ने सोचा कि इस लॉकडाउन के चलते पूरा जो शहर है वो इससे जूझ रहा है और बच्चों के हाथ में किताबें नहीं पहुंच रही। मैं जहाँ रहती हूँ वहां पर भी जब मेरे घर में कुछ किताबें रखी थी मैंने उनको दिया तो वो भी बहुत खुशी से पढ़ रहे थे। और लॉकडाउन के चलते ना बसेस चल रही थी, ना हम लोग कोई और बस्तियों में नहीं जा पा रहे थे, तो हमने ये सोचा कि जो हमारे घर के आसपास जो कार्यकर्ता लोग रहते हैं उनके घर के आसपास जो बस्तियां हैं, क्यों ना उनमें कुछ किताबें के थ्रू किताबें उन तक पहुंचाई जाए। और फिर बाद में हम लोगों ने उनके लिए कुछ वर्कशीट्स वगैरह भी पहुंचाई और किताबों के साथ साथ उनको पढ़ाई के लिए हिंदी गणित वगैरह ये भी देना शुरू किया किताबों को। हाँ, ये सही है कि हम लोग
मतलब आपने किया, लेकिन सुजाता का जो प्रश्न ये है कि ये आखिर ही में क्यों ये आइडिया सबके दिमाग में आया था, मतलब क्यों ना पहले से ही क्यों नहीं, मतलब
हाँ वैसे तो पहले से ही आना चाहिए,
पहले से आना चाहिए था,
बिल्कुल
बहुत ही मुश्किल। हाँ तो लक्ष्मी, हाँ बोलिए शशि, सॉरी। यस,
बस मैं ये कह रही थी कि ये जरूर है कि इस लॉकडाउन के चलते जो आसपास की हमारी नजर उन पे गई और उन किताबों से हम लोगों ने उनको जो महसूसियत हमने उनकी देखी किताबों के प्रति वो हम देख पाए। और दूसरा ये भी कि इन बच्चों ने पहली बार किताबें देखी, जबकि स्कूल इतने पास है, स्कूल में लाइब्रेरीज है, लेकिन शायद वो लाइब्रेरी की किताबें उन तक नहीं पहुंची। और हम लोगों को ये लगता है कि आसपास जो बच्चे स्कूल जाते हैं तो वहां इनको ये किताबें मिलती होगी, ये सोचकर भी शायद हम लोगों ने किताबें देरी से पहुंचाई। बिल्कुल। और जब
मतलब ये एक कम्युनिकेशन का, मतलब ये जो कम्युनिकेशन संदेश ठीक तरह से आपकी तरफ से आप कह रहे हैं। So Lakshmi, what are your thoughts on this, this issue? Why was it that the books were the last things to be, accessing, sending books out was the last thing, like, why is that? Why didn't we consider it important enough,
I can speak specifically on what we were going through. Yeah,
sure.
So access to book was definitely important, but in a complete lockdown time, it was difficult to get out. So we were making access available through technology, which was the only option at that time. So every day books would go out for children on devices, and we had made a huge plan of how to do that. And now,
Right.
most people know how to do that, WhatsApp
Correct,
and
correct,
online.
correct.
Everybody knows.
Correct.
But it's interesting you asked that, because we had a conversation during lockdown period on what is our core. What is it that, of course, collection is the core, but connection was more than that. And books was the way to connect. That was our method and approach to connect. So what from the ground, because all of us were initially working on relief. The first 1 week or so, we was really in relief work, and we were seeing a lot of distress among the children that we work with. We are already working with an at-risk children, huge reasons, problems with protection of child rights, and we were seeing all kinds of things, Radha, which was not easy for us. Including an alleged murder, there was threats on children, on rape, all of those extreme distress. So for us, somehow I think books was important, but more than that, psychological support to be able to be. I mean, for us, library was not just the four walls and the books. It was a sense of presence, to feel that the library is present with you. And that is from the connection.
That's from the connection. That's great. Yeah. And related to, ये जो book distribution के बारे में जब बात, there's another question, which is an interesting one actually, because I think we've all talked about this during our earlier discussions as well. And this is from Snehal, who's saying that, and some of you did touch upon this about handling of books, right? कि अगर यही हमारा मतलब आगे जाके यही हमारा न्यू नॉर्म जो कह रहे हैं, मतलब जिंदगी ऐसी होने वाली है, तो what care should we take while spreading the love for books, मतलब handling books, activities, etc. लेकिन to address this question, I was just thinking that योगेश जी ने भी कहा था और शशि जी ने भी कहा था, लक्ष्मी, करिश्मा, आनंदिता, सबने in various ways you all talked about how कि बच्चे काफी मतलब, I think it was Karishma, no, you were saying that they felt this sense of ownership, right? I mean that it is, so मतलब ये जो चीज है जो इंस्पायर करना कि भाई इसका हमें ध्यान से रखना चाहिए, इसे हमने केयरफुली रखना चाहिए. और योगेश जी आप भी कह रहे थे कि जैसे दिस होल थिंग अबाउट कि बच्चे खुद रन कर रहे थे स्कूल, है ना? तो एनी ऑफ यू हु वुड लाइक टू जस्ट कमेंट ऑन दिस क्वेश्चन, शशि जी आप, मतलब आनंदिता, एनी ऑफ यू who would like to just comment on this handling books activities, मतलब उसका क्या एक उसके बारे में कुछ specifically आप बोलना चाहेंगे in addition to what you said? If any of you would like to say, feel free. Yeah, Karishma, please go ahead, and then we'll take the next few questions. Yes.
So this is actually a story that came from Momita, and she told me about how this one child, he kind of refuses to sit down with anything. But when it came to these sessions that had to be conducted only once a week instead of every day at his home, he would kind of run, get cleaned up, because it was a part of the class protocol now that you have to go wash your hands, make sure you have a mask on, and then come and sit down with the book. And I feel like even in how she told it to me, after a few days, the child didn't need any kind of reminding that, this is what you have to do before you engage with the materials. So I feel like that space became, and having Momita come to his house and, spend time with him became so important for him that it just became something that he was aware of and responsible for himself. And he's, I think, about 8 years old. So I think it became the more important that space, and that, like Lakshmi also mentioned, that connection is for the children. The easier it is to even acclimatize them to the idea of this new normal, or whatever we want to call it, because it's only out of that connection that they will feel that it is an important thing for them to do.
Correct.
I'm done.
That's very true. Yeah, no, absolutely. And this whole issue of it's very interesting how you discover these things. Like all of you have discovered this, right? When you have gone out and मतलब आप लोगों ने जब बाहर जाके बच्चों के हाथ में किताब दिए, in spite of जो भी conditions हो, carefully दिए थे, वो उसका जो फर्क, मतलब कितना फर्क पड़ा है in that whole relationship. और आप सब ने उसके बारे में you've talked about it, that it's not been worrying about. Anandita, do you want to say something about this whole thing of handling books and worries that some people seem to have about distributing books and what happens in this sort of period?
So I think the one thing that we need to keep in mind is, if we realize and imbibe the fact that books are important and essential, we will find a way to make them accessible to children with due care, of course. But if we think about other things which are accessible, books are essential, but they are not given the due importance, and things like germs and all come into mind because of this. But in our community sites also, where we have had sessions, basic things like social distancing, keeping a sanitizer outside the door, keeping books that are returned aside for 48 hours before they are borrowed again. These simple things, which are actually not very difficult but just need to be taken care of, enable this practice to continue without so much disturbance or worry.
Worry,
So
without
I,
having to worry.
right. So it really depends on how we are seeing the importance of
How
books,
do we
I
see
think.
the importance? Very important point, Anandita, really. I'm actually going to take another question. There is a slightly more broader question here that, you know, in the current scenario with the online classes and a cap on the number of classes that are allowed, library and books, unfortunately, is not a priority. So, you know, Sushma is asking, how can I address this issue? But I'm going to take two questions together. One is Sushma's question, and also, you know, Sujata's sort of question to that is, you know, what role does the library have in the school timetable? How can we leverage that? Because it's up to us in the domain, don't you think? So really, there are two very related questions I see. One is, you know, that in the current online system, what is the, how can you address this issue of library times? But Sujata sort of turns it around and says, you know, there is a timetable, you know, there is limited number of time, but how can we leverage that timetable for children to access books, you know? So any of you who would like to, so Yogesh or Shashi ji, ऐसा है कि you know, सुषमा और सुजाता का एक conversation चल रहा है यहाँ पे कि अभी तो बच्चे ऑनलाइन हैं, ऑनलाइन क्लासेस चल रहे हैं उनका एक टाइम टेबल रहता है और वो लिमिटेड है, मतलब कम इतने घंटे, दिन में इतने घंटे ही मतलब वो ऑनलाइन क्लासेस कर सकते हैं. तो इसमें लाइब्रेरी को ये टाइम टेबल में कैसे लेके आए और लाइब्रेरी को कैसे चलाएं इस ऑनलाइन माहौल में? तो सुजाता का पूछना है कि हम ही जो है लाइब्रेरियंस हैं, तो मतलब हम कैसे उसको इस्तेमाल करें, मतलब हम कैसे सोचें इसके बारे में? Anybody can comment on it. हाँ, शशि जी आप बोल रहे थे कुछ.
मुझे लगता है कि अभी तो हम जिन समुदाय में काम कर रहे हैं वहाँ तो ऑनलाइन की कोई सुविधा नहीं है, किसी के पास फोन भी नहीं है, लेकिन जहाँ पर ये ऑनलाइन की सुविधा है और जो बच्चे इसमें जुड़ते हैं, तो हम लोग ये कोशिश करते हैं कि उन्हीं से बातचीत करके कि कौन सा ऐसा टाइम है जब वो फ्री होते हैं. तो दोपहर के बाद हो तो मुझे लगता है ऑनलाइन क्लासेस सुबह खत्म हो जाती है, 12 बजे के बाद बच्चे फ्री हो जाते हैं. तो वो टाइम बहुत अच्छा होता है बच्चों के लिए. तो वो बच्चे ही तय करके बताते हैं कि कौन से टाइम पे वो हम लोग किताबें लेके उनके बीच जा सकते हैं.
Okay, तो वो आपकी जैसे मतलब जो कर रहे हैं, but I'm also there's another flip side to it, which is schools, right? I mean, where you have children are far away from schools, and how do you and you have your online classes which teachers are conducting. So then, how do you negotiate this whole thing? How do you bring it into how do you actually bring it into a timetable so that for children who cannot access it, who may be far away, say in a large city, for example, and there are a bunch of you know, schools who have their classes online. So how do you bring in this whole library experience into this online timetable? Lakshmi, Anandita, would you guys like to say anything about that? Do you have any thoughts on that?
In fact, we were supposed to start our first school engagement this year. And we had in fact spoken to 2 schools, and you know, all that negotiation had happened ki ye library time hoga, there was no library period, we had negotiated that, all of that, and they had very reluctantly agreed, but they had seen some work, because when we do our events, we work with schools. And so they wanted us to set up the library, but you know, this timetable and the time took negotiation even then, I'm saying. So you can imagine now, even if this schools reopen and they have to play catch up, to all the academics, you can imagine that they, library to bahut hi dur, So what we did instead is, because we really felt, because the kids were looking forward to this library program and all of that, we started as a community, not even a community, but a mobile, even in the COVID. So we've had our library educators go and reassure the kids who are going from the community to those schools that we will come and we are going to be there. So that amount of, we have not been able to do too much, but at least 4 to 5 visits have happened. We've gone to the kids, we've gone there with books, as a sense of reassurance. We will negotiate this, you will have access to books, the library program will start, whether the library schools, government schools obviously are not, that school is not running any online programs for now, but we will do something. And this is going to be a real negotiation that we'll have to do. This is where we are.
करेक्ट, ओके. सो योगेश जी, मैं आपसे पूछना चाहती हूँ कि ये जो स्कूल्स का जो मतलब बहुत बड़ा सिचुएशन है यहाँ पे, कि स्कूल्स पूछ रहे हैं, है ना, कि स्कूल का लाइब्रेरी कैसे चला है अभी, क्योंकि ये ऑनलाइन क्लास का जो समय है वो मतलब काफी, उसका एक बाउंड्री है ना, इतने ही घंटे लगा सकते हैं वो क्लासेस. तो इसके बीच में ये टाइम टेबल में, जो स्कूल के टाइम टेबल है, उसमें लाइब्रेरी का तो टाइम ही नहीं है. तो आपका अनुभव क्या है, मतलब ये लाइब्रेरी का, जो आप स्कूल के साथ जुड़े हुए हैं, तो ये कैसे, मतलब इसका आपका क्या अनुभव है? एंड आफ्टर दैट आई वुड एक्चुअली लाइक टू, योगेश, 1 मिनट में एक चीज यहाँ पे बोलना चाह रही हूँ कि सुषमा राव एंड अनीता, आई नो सुजाता has addressed both of you, but if you would like to comment or say anything, और ऑडियंस में से, पार्टिसिपेंट्स में से कोई भी इस चीज के बारे में कुछ बोलना चाह रहे हैं, तो प्लीज just raise your hand so that we can unmute you and you can share your opinion with us. So Yogesh, आप पहले बात करें, then anybody from the audience, please do unmute or indicate that you'd like to speak, and then we can unmute you. Yeah, Nayan, so you can unmute them, right, when they raise their hand. Okay.
Yeah, जैसे हमारे यहाँ की जो परिस्थिति है, तो वहाँ तो नेटवर्क सुविधा बहुत ही कम है. मतलब आपको मोबाइल लेकर छत पे जाना होगा तब आपको टावर मिलेगा, आपको फोन लगा पाएंगे. तो आज अभी की स्थिति में हम लोग स्कूल तक जा रहे हैं, तो हम वीक में 2 दिन 3 दिन बच्चों के घर जाकर उनसे, पेरेंट्स से बातचीत करते हैं, और वहाँ से मतलब बच्चों से ही बातचीत करते हैं. तो मुझे लगता है जो अभी ऑनलाइन क्लासेस हो रही है, तो मेरा एक मत आ रहा है इसमें, एक है, तो जैसे कि हर एक गांव में एक वाचनालय या एक लाइब्रेरी होनी चाहिए. मतलब होती है, जैसे हमारे जो पांडुना शहर में, जहाँ वहाँ एक हमारे मोहल्ले एक वाचनालय है, जहाँ कोई भी बच्चा जाके न्यूज़पेपर, मैगजीन पढ़ सकता है. वैसे उसी प्रकार मेरा भी, उसी पे मैं सोच रहा था, मैं भैया लोगों से बात कर रहा था कि हमारे गाँव में जैसे अब समुदाय किस तरह उस हमारे लाइब्रेरी की वो बढ़े, कि उनके आसपास ही वो लाइब्रेरी हो, वो जो वहाँ खुद जाके वो पढ़ सके. मतलब मुझे नहीं लगता कि ये ऑनलाइन में उस तरह का मैं जो सोचता हूँ, तो उस तरह हम बच्चों को उस तरह जोड़ पाएंगे. मुझे कतई नहीं लगता कि ऑनलाइन में हम लाइब्रेरी पेट को कर पाएंगे. मेरा ऐसा अनुभव करता है.
तो आप क्या कह रहे हैं कि फिजिकली, मतलब जाके किताब दें बच्चों को, या जैसे आप लोग कर रहे हैं कि बच्चों को, बच्चे खुद मतलब चला रहे हैं लाइब्रेरी. Okay, so that's an interesting point where Yogesh is essentially saying that an online medium, or shall I say online platform, is really not, it is the physical reaching of the books. And so this is where I guess librarians, as Sujata pointed out. हाँ, शशि जी, आप कुछ बोलना चाह रहे थे?
जी, बिल्कुल. योगेश ने जो बोला कि ऑनलाइन किताबें देने से बेहतर है कि आप उनके हाथ में किताब देंगे, तो उनको मतलब ये समझ में आएगा कि कौन से बच्चों को किस लेवल की किताब दे पाएंगे आप. वो आपको ऑनलाइन से नहीं समझ में आएगा. हमको जब नई बस्ती में काम करते हुए पता चला, तो ज्यादातर बच्चे पढ़ लिख नहीं पा रहे हैं क्योंकि स्कूल नहीं जाते हैं. तो फिर हम लोगों ने ऐसी किताबों का चुनाव किया जिसमें केवल चित्र हो, नीचे लिखा हुआ नहीं हो. तो कुछ इस तरह का, ये जब चीजें देखेंगे वो देखने से भी पता चलेगा. सोशल डिस्टेंसिंग के साथ, क्योंकि वो लोग तो वहीं रहते हैं, उनको कोई खतरा नहीं है, लेकिन हमारे जाने से उनको खतरा होता है, इसलिए हम थोड़ा दूर से ही बात करते हैं. मुझे लगता है कि किताबों का चयन आप वहीं जाके कर पाएंगे, ऑनलाइन के थ्रू नहीं.
तो फिजिकली मतलब उनके हाथ में दे के वो आप कह रहे हैं ना? हाँ, ठीक है. ओके. So, if anybody from the participants in the audience would like to say anything, please indicate, like I said, and you can share your views. And meanwhile, I'm going to move on to some more questions which have sort of been put out there. So, Nayan has a question. It says, what was the thought behind selection of books while reaching out to children in community? मतलब आप लोग जब बच्चों के हाथ में किताब दे रहे थे तो कौन से किताब, अभी शशि जी ने एक्चुअली बताया कि मतलब जो लेवल पे हैं बच्चे उस लेवल के हिसाब से किताब देना चाहिए. सो जब आप किताबें बाहर कम्युनिटी में ले जा रहे थे तो व्हाट वाज द थॉट, मतलब उसके पीछे आपका क्या आइडिया था कि कौन सा बुक्स हम सेलेक्ट करके ले जाएं. सो दिस एनी ऑफ यू हु हैव एक्चुअली बीन गोइंग आउट टू द कम्युनिटी, it would be great. Anandita, any of you can share your thoughts. That would be really good.
जब मैं
इस पे मैं बोलना चाहता हूँ.
हाँ जी, आप अपना नाम बता के प्लीज.
जी, मेरा नाम कमल है और मैं मुस्कान में ही काम करता हूँ. लाइब्रेरी, अभी लॉकडाउन के दौरान लाइब्रेरी पे काफी काम किया है.
अच्छा.
तो ये था कि जब हम बस्तियों में जा रहे हैं और वहां जब जाकर देख रहे हैं कि बच्चे जो हैं वो पढ़ नहीं पाते हैं, मतलब कुछ जोड़ के पढ़ रहे हैं, कुछ चित्रों को देखकर पढ़ रहे हैं, तो फिर हमें देखकर लगता है कि बच्चे किस तरह की किताबों को पसंद कर रहे हैं. जैसे चित्र हैं उनमें, तो वो चित्र देखकर अपनी कहानियों को गढ़ पा रहे हैं. चित्र देखकर वो अपने को उनसे जोड़ पा रहे हैं. और इतने सुंदर जब वो चित्र उनको दिखते हैं, पेड़ दिखते हैं और बकरी दिखती है चित्र में, तो वही बकरी उनके घर भी दिखती है, तो वो उस बकरी की कहानी वो चित्र की कहानी से जोड़ पाते हैं. तो ये सब चीज जो है बच्चे जो है अपने से जोड़ के महसूस करते हैं और किताबों को देखते हैं कि वो कैसे, जैसे कहानी चल रही है, क्या वही कहानी हमारे आसपास चल रही है, तो वो इन सबको जोड़ पाते हैं.
अच्छा, ओके. और any of the others audience में अगर किसी को और अपना शेयर करना है तो it will be great. Yeah.
Hi.
Yes, Soumya, I think, yeah, great. Yes.
Hi. Just want to share about the point about how libraries in school, are they important and how do we really go about it with the online mode. I just want to share that I work in a school in Bangalore, and I work across junior and middle school. And in a regular school timetable, there is one library period in a week, which of course becomes a challenge when the overall number of hours in a week, in an online mode is far lesser now. Children are engaging only an hour and a half each week for primary school, and middle school is less than 2 hours every day. So obviously everyone who is looking at academics wants to push their period during these limited hours. But one thing that has really worked well is that to actually keep library as part of their every week schedule is we figured out a sort of ratio where there is asynchronous and synchronous learning, as they would say, right? So there are recordings being sent every week, and I meet the children once in 2 weeks, and there is obviously it's not the same as having the children over in the library, but what has really worked out is that we've together with the teachers, we send out books every 3 weeks. So we get together to the library, and every 3 or 4 weeks we get together, we pile up books, we make curated sets for each child based on their reading, based on what they like, and also push our recommendations here and there, and we send it out. Every month the child gets about 8 or 9 books, which about 10 books, and they read that and then they come back. So we've been doing this for the last 3 months now. Started off in June when the school reopened, and and it's a joy to actually hear them when I meet them in the online session. They share about their joy of receiving library books, and it's not that I mean, there are children who have access to books. I'm not
Correct.
going to deny that. There are children
Correct.
who have their personal collection, and there are parents who call up and ask saying, I want to buy books for my children, so
Right.
please recommend books. But
Right.
then there's also this thing that, you know, the library still has a place there. I mean, you may have your personal books, but you can't negate the idea of the library in a child's life. So as much as possible, where there are older children who write saying, I want this book, so then we're able to do that. But for the younger ones, it's mostly whatever we understand of their liking, and put those
And you know,
books
the
together.
point about access to books, absolutely. The thing is, access to books is such an affordability thing, right? I mean, we're talking about a large, I mean, probably a very tiny percentage who can actually afford to have their own books. And then there's a large percentage who cannot. And also, you know, how do you then get books across to them, right? And so I think this idea that you're talking about, where physically, you know, they are sort of given the copy, I mean, they have access to the book. So then that way, the one is the library itself, the role of the library itself clearly shows a certain prominence in children's lives, as you're talking about. And that's a very welcome thing in a time when probably the thing that's been hit the most is the library and the physical, you know, access to books. Yeah, thank you for that. Thank you for sharing that, Soumya. And there's a chat में तो बहुत बढ़िया एक डिस्कशन चल रहा है कि कुछ लोगों ने एक्सपीरियंस शेयर किया है कि दिस इज फ्रॉम नीजा कि उनके बच्चों की जो उनके बेटे के स्कूल में एक ऑनलाइन लाइब्रेरी पीरियड भी लगाया है जहाँ पे मतलब बच्चों को यू नो दे रीड अलाउड द रीड अलाउड सेशन एंड बच्चों के साथ डायलॉग भी होता है एंड ऐसे एक्टिविटीज चल रहे हैं. तो क्वेश्चन ये था कि मतलब क्या आप बच्चों को बुक्स पहुंचा रहे हैं स्कूल या कैसे हो रहा है. तो उनका जो रिप्लाई था कि भाई ई बुक है ना, तो मतलब उनका जो इलेक्ट्रॉनिक बुक्स जो है जो वो बच्चे शेयर कर रहे हैं, इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कॉपी उसका, ठीक है, सॉफ्ट कॉपी जैसे कहते हैं हम लोग. तो मतलब वो क्या है, मतलब आप आई नो दैट योगेश एंड शशि जी आप दोनों ने कहा और इवन ऑल द अदर्स हैव सेड कि जो हाथ में पकड़ के जो किताब पढ़ना है और ऑनलाइन उसका बहुत ही फर्क है, वो एक्सपीरियंस का बहुत ही फर्क है ना. तो इसके बारे में मतलब क्या कहना चाहेंगे आप कि कोई स्कूल्स में तो ये ई बुक मतलब जो इलेक्ट्रॉनिक वर्जन ऑफ द बुक शेयर कर रहे हैं लोग, है ना. तो इसका मतलब इसका और फिजिकल बुक का जो शेयरिंग, एक तो वो फिजिकल बुक होल्ड करने का, दूसरा जैसे हमने अभी सौम्या जब बात कर रही थी तो हमने कहा कि बहुत बच्चे तो अफोर्ड ही नहीं कर पा रहे ना, एक चीज मतलब, और दूसरा बहुत ही बच्चे ऑनलाइन में फोन के द्वारा बैठे हुए हैं, है ना, या यू नो माँ बाप के फोन के द्वारा बैठे हुए हैं, या बैंडविड्थ नहीं मिल रहा है बच्चों को. तो हमारे देश की परिस्थिति तो यही है, ज्यादातर बहुत ही कम बच्चों को मतलब ऑनलाइन में बैठ के कर सकते हैं. तो ऐसी जो एक्सेसिबिलिटी और ये जो इनइक्वालिटी की जो सिचुएशन है, इसके बारे में आप लोग क्या सोचते हैं? एंड ऑल्सो यू नो द सेम क्वेश्चन टू एनी ऑफ द अदर्स हु आर ऑन द पैनल and anybody in the audience actually who would like to who would have some thoughts on this whole issue of inequitable access to books and what do we do about that. Yeah, योगेश जी आप कुछ कह रहे थे, सॉरी. आपने अनम्यूट करना पड़ेगा. हाँ शशि जी आप कहिए. योगेश एक मिनट. शशि हाँ,
मैं ये कह रही हूँ कि बस यही फर्क है, जैसे आप और मैं बैठ के बात कर रहे हैं, वो बात शायद आमने सामने बैठ के बहुत अच्छे से हो पाती है, उतनी अच्छी बात शायद हम फोन पे नहीं कर पाते हैं. और जो बिल्कुल, और दूसरा ये लग रहा था कि जैसे जो किताबें हाथ में छूने से बहुत सारे सवाल मन में उठते हैं जब हम कहानी को पढ़ते हैं, तो वो क्या वो सवाल पूछ पाते हैं और वो महसूसियत मुझे लगता है कि नहीं हो पाती है. जब जिज्ञासा, क्या कभी ऐसा हुआ है कि कोई बच्चे ने ऑनलाइन किताबें पढ़ी, उसके बाद उसने कोई सवाल पूछा हो या उसके मन में कोई जिज्ञासा हो कि ऐसी तो इस तरह की और किताबें हैं या नहीं है, या मुझे इस तरह की किताबों की रिक्वायरमेंट आई है क्या, ये पूछ रही थी।
अच्छा, इंटरेस्टिंग कि आप जो कह रहे हैं कि ऑनलाइन में और हाथ में पकड़ के किताब का जो फर्क है, the difference between holding, and does it evoke the same kind of excitement, wonder, questioning, curiosity, है ना, मतलब वो ही. So that's a very very interesting point that Shashi is putting forward. Like, you know, do any of you see a difference? And I think this is something to think about, and this is where we need to sort of just push a little bit, you know, in the way that we are grappling with this issue in this dialogue. And like I said, you know, this dialogue, we are not going to come out with a whole bunch of recommendations or checklist of questions or you know, even solutions or ideas, but it's really more a forum for us to you know, think together that can we push this a little bit, you know, how can we push the boundaries a little bit here and find more ways to you know, to access to get the physical book in their hands. So if anybody else on the panel you know, would the speakers. Yes, please go ahead. Absolutely, please. Yes.
So I just also on the earlier point of access and online.
Yes.
So I come from Bangalore, which is unlike where Shashi ji and Yogesh come from. Mobile penetration is high, and when we did our early data collection on how many people had smartphones, about 60% of people had smartphones. Now that cannot be used to assume that they have high speed internet. There are two; those are like very far apart. Actually, there's a huge thing there. So while lockdown, we tried running a full-fledged, you know, online program, and it largely worked because we worked with sibling groups and with parents as well. And that was, in fact, one good surprise for us because it built our connection with parents even deeper. And parents, for the first time, were able to see what actually happens in the library because some of it was playing out in their own homes. So otherwise, it was very difficult for us to bring parents and adults into the library space. So this was a surprise for us, and it was a good thing to happen, one of the positives to happen. But as soon as the lockdown ended and the unlock started, our online program came crashing down. And I think I'm seeing the world completely move to online spaces, like it was the easiest thing to do and assume that everybody has access, and looking that as the only mode where about less than 30% of children actually do have access to devices. And not only access to device is not the issue is also internet. So it was important that when we did the online classes also that we had internet. I mean, we are not giving data heavy stuff. We are making sure that it be as engaging as possible without, you know, it eating up all the data, internet that their parents had, because then the parents will not give the phones. So there are a lot more other challenges than just assuming children have access to a smartphone device.
Interesting, very interesting. Yeah, and that also actually, Lakshmi, because there was somebody, you know, somebody who actually had a point about, you know, different formats and, you know, is there a need to have different formats as we go forward into this whole online thing? You were saying something else, and then I'm going to call Karishma out because she had something to say. Yeah, Lakshmi.
Yeah,
you were saying something else? Yeah.
So that's what a point I made, that we will even now we believe that the online mode is not a sustainable mode at all. It will not work. I mean, and we don't believe in giving either internet or putting our devices into the children's hands. So yes, this is the biggest challenge right now, you know, that how do we go into these offline modes, and what are the, I mean, of course, I know I'm not here for solutions, but
no, that is true.
That is
but
where
I agree.
Our thought has to, like, that is where we need push in terms of, because we have this large you know, agenda, which is basically, I call it agenda, which is an online agenda. You know? It works as a stopgap arrangement. It worked for us when we had absolutely no connect with children, and we wanted that connection because there was situations like this, but it is not a sustainable solution for us.
Yeah, Karishma, you wanted to share something. Yeah.
Yes, please.
And before you start, I just wanted to summarize a little bit of what Lakshmi said. Hindi में थोड़ा मैं summarize कर लेती हूँ कि मतलब जैसे शशि जी और Yogesh also was saying, and Anand, that we've all everybody has been saying this, कि जो मतलब ऑनलाइन जब लॉकडाउन पूरा हो गया था तो लक्ष्मी वगैरह ने तो तभी मतलब तभी और कोई चारा नहीं था काइंड ऑफ सिचुएशन में ट्राई किया, बट लक्ष्मी बहुत क्लियरली कह रही है कि मतलब ऐसे नहीं कि सिर्फ फोन ही चाहिए या कंप्यूटर नहीं मिल रहा है या फोन नहीं मिल रहा है, अगर फोन घर में है तो भी मतलब बैंडविड्थ का चक्कर है और इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर का चक्कर है, और दूसरा मतलब घर में जो फोन, बहुत घरों में एक फोन, पूरे घर में एक फोन शेयर करते हैं कि भाई इमरजेंसी के लिए वो फोन चाहिए होता है। तो मतलब ये जो सोच है कि और लक्ष्मी ये भी कह रही थी कि मतलब ये जो ऑनलाइन का एक कहते हैं ना वो जगन्नाथ का रथ जो होता है, मतलब एकदम ऐसे चल रहा है कि भाई ऑनलाइन ही है, हमारी जिंदगी पूरी अभी ऑनलाइन हो जाने वाली है। तो ऐसे सिचुएशन में हमें बहुत ही सीरियसली सोचना है, ये फिजिकल बुक जो है, ये लाइब्रेरी का जो सुविधा है, वो मतलब कैसे हम आगे ले जाएं। या सॉरी करिश्मा प्लीज। यस
No, this was in fact a great summarization, because I want to tell a story right now. What happens with the Andaman Islands really brings in focus how saying that online mode the answer to things is almost discriminatory. So Apollonia comes from an island called Rutland. It's been settled for now since the 1920s at least, but Rutland still has no electricity and no kind of recognition as even an existing community from the government. So the government treats it as an uninhabited island. So at this point, when we say that things have to move online, what happens is that all of the people who live in Rutland, all of the homes have like solar powered battery cells that they keep charging through the day, and then they kind of use it to for lights and lamps and things like that in the evening, and then there's smartphone charging. Network is only available around the coast because it's close to South Andaman Island, where all of the the main hub is and Port Blair is, and so that means they get a little bit of network around the coast. So now to ask these people to suddenly move all of their learning online, and if it's going to be having textbooks and PDFs and things like that, draining the batteries on their phones, and so when things are really difficult in terms of electricity, in terms of network, it's almost deliberately pushing this community more onto the fringes. Or the primary school on the island was closed down. All of the children now are back on the island because they can't be at the schools and the ashrams where they were. So all of the children are back here. And so Apollonia actually came to me and said, will it be possible for me to take some books to back home when I go back home for this? And I felt like it almost felt like how did we not consider this, like before we went into lockdown? How did we not consider that some part of us and our work has to also travel to these places? And fortunately she's there and she's able to, she has access to our collection as an organization, but there are so many educators and so many young people who want to engage with younger people who have no access to these kind of resources. So I feel like
very important. Yes. The marginalization seems to be
it's almost deliberate on some level, and I feel like the more we push this online forum as something we should adapt to and something we should adapt to, it becomes more and more like, who are we leaving out of the conversation and why are we leaving them out?
So Karishma, this is a very important point here, because Raviraj Shetty has an excellent sort of point about, and he's talking really about the disabled community, matlab Vikalang community jo hai, and I think that is a very important point. Thank you for raising this point really. कि जो ऑनलाइन मोड से डिसेबल्ड कम्युनिटी जो है, विकलांग हमारे देश की जो उनके लिए ऑनलाइन मोड एक्चुअली बहुत ही बेनिफिशियल है, क्योंकि उन्हें कम्युनिकेशन और मैंने भी खुद देखा है, I personally had personal experience as well of how particularly video chats and video calls have really helped the disabled community, and so his point is, I think that the online mode has its own benefits, especially for the disabled community, but in the context of library and books, I think there was a question that that you had raised earlier, which was, I'm just scrolling back to get that question for everybody. Yeah, would love to know ideas and tricks of how are stories and books made accessible for children with disabilities. So if anybody has experience in that quarter, I think it would be very useful to share. Thank you again, Raviraj, for raising that question, because you brought in a very different dimension to the dialogue at this point. Yes, anybody who would like to say something about working with the disabled community, jo Viklang bacche hain, yeah, Anandita, you had something to say. Yes, you had some thoughts. Yeah.
I just wanted to also say that when we are talking about online space being made more accessible to children with disabilities, we are also talking about again the urban and children with disabilities who have access, but there are a large number who again are excluded and who don't have access. So that's one thing. And
yeah, go ahead, Anandita.
The other thing is access to books. So there are going to be obstacles in every space and community at this time, and it depends on us on how we reach through these obstacles. So there was this community which we used to go to, which suddenly cases came up and it got locked down, and there were police station outside and all that. So one way we thought about what we could do, and then we reached out and kept a box of books with a family in that community so that children could borrow within the community. There was another community where even with a box of books being kept, there was still not, the exchange of books was not being happened. So we made bags of books and had it delivered to each home so that each child had a bag of book, which was exchanged from week to week. And schools where children were not coming for classes, but teachers were, and children would visit maybe every week just to get worksheets and all. Keeping book boxes in school so that while they pick up their worksheet, they can also pick up a book. And in talking about the online space and different formats, we have also found that there is a difference between delivering a story to a child and like it's our choice of story and we're delivering it to a child, and having a child choose, having the choice of books and stories with the child, and also using the online space in different ways. So for example, having different formats where a child is just listening but not looking at the screen, or going to search for something in the house as part of a story activity, or interacting with the family and coming back with responses. So there are different ways in which even the online space could be used in a more interactive and personal way than just a delivery sort of format.
So that's very interesting that you're talking about how, today the online space is really more of a sort of, one-way street, right? I mean, even if you use it for sharing books or something, somebody's reading it and the kids are just listening. It's not an interactive space. So what you're saying is for मतलब जो विकलांग लोग हैं, उनके लिए अगर online space use करना है, तो आनंदिता ने बहुत बड़ी खूबसूरती से कहा कि मतलब वो भी इंटरैक्टिव कर सकते हैं. ऐसे नहीं कि मतलब ऑनलाइन स्पेस में हमेशा एक ही औरत या आदमी बात कर रहा है और उस तरफ से वापस कुछ आ नहीं रहा है, So that's a very interesting point that you've raised. और शशि जी, योगेश जी और करिश्मा and लक्ष्मी, आप लोगों ने विकलांग बच्चों के साथ मतलब काम किया है, या आपका जो अनुभव है उसमें विकलांग बच्चों के साथ कैसा अनुभव रहा? हम बच्चों के बारे में ही ज्यादातर इसमें बात कर रहे हैं primarily, and I forgot to mention that in the beginning that we are really focusing on less than 10-year-olds here. So there are also other issues when we, there are also other conditions when we're talking about younger children. So Shashi ji, Yogesh जी, आपके कोई अनुभव है जो आप शेयर कर सकेंगे? हाँ जी.
नहीं, विकलांग बच्चों के साथ तो नहीं किए हम लोगों ने.
अच्छा. और क्योंकि ये कह रहे थे कि विकलांग बच्चों के लिए ऑनलाइन काफी यूजफुल हो सकता है, मतलब क्योंकि है ना, मतलब उसमें भी, और Lakshmi, you wanted to say something? Yes.
Radha, I mean, it may not be directly linked to the question that you're asking, but I would like to share one experience.
Sure. Go ahead.
I have not directly worked with children in needs right now. Like, that's not like large part of our work. But earlier, I used to work at a school with children, which was specifically for children with needs. And I specifically worked with, older adolescents who had autism. And I have been in touch with some of these kids. So one of the kids especially is very close, and he's now an adult. And it was interesting because he has a love for language. That's his thing, you know. And so when we started the radio program, we invited him to come and do a small section of the radio program, and he was called the language guru. This was also because I think the lockdown changed a lot for children with disabilities, especially children on the autistic spectrum, because they are used to a certain schedule, and it sort of spinned, like everything was spinning for them because everything changed. People were at home, stimuli were different. And for adults like Ahan, they were reading news, they were not understanding it, they were not writing the right answers. So Ahan became a voice for language guru, and for him to use the he has issues with socializing, but use the online medium became quite interesting and also enriching for our own radio program as well.
Right. Okay, that's thank you for sharing that. That's really that really adds another dimension, I think, to this whole issue of online and reading and engagement, really. There is one question that I have been sort of holding on to because, we have only about another 3 minutes, I think. Nayan, we have another 3 minutes, right? But maybe I'll just leave this question hanging here for all of us to think about. And who knows, Sujata, maybe we could have another dialogue around that. So there is this one question here, which Padma has really brought up, and I think it's very, very interesting. It is about, that we've talked, the focus of this dialogue was really on the books and getting the physical book. But she raised an interesting point about that books are one of the many elements of a library. So we're now expanding the scope of, of thinking here. This can be pondered again on the other elements that make up a library and their role in present time. So I think, Padma, that's a very absolutely fascinating dimension that you've actually brought up. And I think it's worth really for us to think a little bit more about that. And like I said, I think it will be very, very, very good to maybe think about it in our own spaces, think about it for ourselves. What does a library really mean? And what is the shape of a library? What is the texture of a library? What is this library space when we are moving so much away from a physical space to an online space? And I think it's probably time to sort of wrap up. And Nayan, you said that we will be posting a feedback form towards the end of the session. So it would be great if all of you could, share your feedback with us. And really, I mean, I think everything that has to be said has been sort of put out there. At this point, I have a very easy job. I am just going to say that there is a lot that has been put on the table. There are a lot of thoughts and ideas and comments that have come in, in the chat as well. And I know that personally for me, and I know that, for all of us, we can take a lot back from this whole dialogue to think a little bit more, but also be more enriched with all the experiences and questions that people have raised, and for us to think a little bit more about this idea of the physical book, and then expand on, the larger question of what is really a library and what does the future hold for us, and why do we all think it's so important, and how some of us know that it's so important to get a physical book into the hand of a child. So I can't thank the speakers enough for, just the absolutely wonderful personal, और मतलब आपका जो इतना खूबसूरत और इतनी मतलब मुश्किलों में और इतनी challenges में आप लोग इतना क्या कहे, मतलब words ही नहीं है मेरे मतलब बताने के लिए, but कि you know, the work that you all are doing to get that book out there to children. So thank you very much, Yogesh or Shashi. Thank you so much. बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद. Lakshmi, Karishma, Anandita, thank you. And there is one last slide that we have here. So if you would like to, you know, please be in touch with Bookworm. Here are some contact information. And thank you to all the participants. I mean, it's wonderful. It's just, it's so exciting to be part of something like this. And thank you for all your thoughts, your, you know, your comments and your experiences as well. I mean, I'm so glad some of you were able to share your experiences with us. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you. Please share your feedback form, which I have just posted. I posted the link in the chat. If you just click on the link and share your feedback with us. I thank each one of you on behalf of Bookworm for taking out time and joining us today. It was a real dialogue where we got to understand the work that we are doing, challenges that we are facing, and there's no one single solution, as we discussed also today. It depends on our context, where we are working. Again, thank you so much for joining, and please share your feedback.
Thank you. Bye-bye. And stay safe. Thanks.
Yes.